and welcome back to Bideo Game. This is a podcast where we dive into terrible adaptations of video games into movies and television. I'm your co-host, Braden.
I'm doing a puzzle on the computer.
That is your other co-host, Libby. And why are you doing a puzzle now when we're doing a podcast?
Because they both start with P. I got ADHD. I can't just sit here and talk to you.
Well, is it a jigsaw? Is it a...
Oh, yeah, it's a jigsaw.
Okay.
It's a mountain with swans in the moonlight.
I have a thing coming in that's like one of those monthly mystery things.
Oh, did your parents get it for you? It sounds like something your parents got for you.
Yeah, this one's like a letter. It's supposed to be like a letter from Sherlock Holmes or something like that. And they're
Does your mom spend a lot of time on Facebook?
Oh yeah, significant amount.
That's where she found it, almost certainly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was one of those. That's
cute that she thought of you.
Yeah, she got my brother and Molly a like snacks from around the world box. That was their like monthly thing.
That's fun. I would love that. I love snacks. It's like
snacks are good.
Snacks are good. We don't.
You know what?
I'm
snacks. Just gonna say this controversial point, hot take. I know snacks are good. Okay, folks.
Good. Yeah.
Snacks, get at us. We'll give you a sponsor. Just snacks in general. The broad concept.
Yep. Or if you're a specific snack. Or if you, think you're hot and you think you're a snack and you, want us to promote your Instagram, we can do that. Please give me money.
All right, and this next one's going out to, I can't think of a name, Jimothy. I was trying to think of a name, and Timothy was the one that popped into my head, and I'm like, can't do that one. That's the person we know.
He's so cute. Hey, babe! I love you! He probably wants me to stop yelling.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not gonna stop. Did you see that I changed my Twitter name?
You changed it?
Not my username, just the thing.
I gotcha. I was about to say, we literally just...
Hold on, I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
It's York Peppermint Batty.
Oh, that one's good.
Tim came up with that. He came up with Peppermint Batty, and I was like, that's a really good one.
I gotta change mine eventually.
I got him a pound of York Peppermint Patties as part of his Christmas present, because he really likes them. He got me a pound of Pink Starburst. It's a good gift of the Magi. Did you get pissed off reading Gift of the Magi in school?
I mean, I get the, concept of it being frustrating, but, it was not at a point in time that I cared enough about my school to, get mad.
Okay, I got pissed off, I'll tell you why.
All right.
In Gift of the Magi, right, and then also in Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, Jim. Yeah, that's his name, Jim. For a second, I was like, no, that's the guy from Lady and the Tramp, but
that's the Tramp.
It's also the guy from Gift of the Magi. No, Brayden. In Gift of the Magi, the husband, Jim, sells his very nice pocket watch to get his wife, I think Della?
Sure.
Okay. To get his wife, maybe Della. Hold on. I'm looking it up.
The story will be incomplete if we get her name wrong.
I don't want people tweeting at me her name is Stella, dumbass. And I'm like, I read it when I was fucking 7th grade. I lived in a different, whole ass different continent. I don't remember. Her name is Della.
Nice. Got it. Gotten one.
Okay, so Della, to buy nice combs for Della's hair. Della, and she has beautiful hair.
Right.
According to them. Della sells her hair to a wig maker to get Jim a nice chain for his nice watch. And at the end of it, Della's like, oh, my hair grows back so fast. Well, Jim's fucking watch isn't gonna grow back. And I was just like, you are a self-centered bitch. Like,
I mean...
And, like, it's not her fault, right? Like, she's just a character. But I was like, oh, Henry, this is not fucking equivalent. Like, why didn't Jim just sell his sperm or something?
Well, for one, I'm not sure that was a thriving industry at the time the story took place. Did they not make any sort of reference to, like, we can go back, get it back from, like, whoever you pawned it?
No, I don't remember there being one.
Huh.
Because he wouldn't have the money.
Right, because he already spent it on the comb.
Right, he already spent it on her combs. And so she starts crying.
Why do you need multiple combs?
Well, braided, they're like, they're hair pieces.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're decorative.
Gotcha.
They're for her to wear in her hair. So when this was written, this is 1905, so it's Edwardian. So women were putting their hair in, like, very elaborate updos.
Right.
And you would stick combs into them as, like, ornamentation.
When was it that they put birds in their hair?
Same time.
Okay.
Yeah, this was around the same time. Those were usually on hats.
Right.
And then so the hats were held up onto their head by very long, very sharp pins. And then they would use the pins to stab men who were harassing them.
Hell yeah.
And then it caused like a whole big thing. And so the hat pins were made illegal.
Damn.
But like, I think that's so fucking dope. And like,
I think I do remember the one thing I thought about while reading this was I believe this was the first time I ever heard the word flat in reference to like a residence.
Yeah. My English teacher had to explain that to us.
Yeah.
But there was like one girl where like her mom was like a British person. And she's like, I know what a flat is. It's like, nobody fucking asked you, Becky.
I'm pretty sure we've already clarified our disdain for British people on the... Yeah, because they're not allowed to listen. That's...
No, they certainly are not. And that's something I'm sticking to, unless you want to give us money. If you give us money, you can listen.
Right, absolutely.
If you want to subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah, we're gonna have that, so... Oh, yeah, it's gonna be up, because this one's going up after, yeah.
Yeah, British people who subscribe to Patreon are allowed to listen.
That's true.
That's the only way.
Right.
Did you see there was something that ICE posted on fucking Christmas Eve?
No.
Where it was like, don't worry, kiddos. Santa has a this pass, which allows him unrestricted access to our borders. And it's like, he's Santa. You're fucking monsters.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure even if you have to bring that into it, like... That's just rough.
It's just, your social media person is not paying attention to what's actually happening on Twitter.
Oh my god, did you see the, like, Mr. Peanut quote retweet?
Yes! Oh my god!
So,
it was like peanut, like, printed pants.
Well, they were like,
they were elephant
textured.
Print. Yeah, but they looked like peanuts.
Yeah, and like... It was a woman wearing them, and one of them was just, like, of the legs, and then the other was, like a shot of her ass, like, very prominently. And I think the Mr.
And
Peanut
she had a
account...
big, thick ass.
Right. Just the way you said it was funny.
I mean, that's just how I say that phrase.
The Mr. Peanut Twitter account, like, quote tweeted it with just the eyes emoji.
Yeah.
Which, so, I hate, like... corporate, like, meme.
Oh, I thought
Twitter.
you were going to say the eye emojis. Like, I send that all the time.
Oh, no, I don't care
about that. Do you
about
not like that?
That's fine. There's very few emojis I hate. The cry laugh one is probably one of them. Just because,
you don't like that one?
Well, just because it's, like, so overused.
I like to see it on a deep fried meme.
Those are okay, yeah. But
kind of like how I like to see powdered sugar on a deep fried Oreo. Is that a weird emotion? Am I the only one feeling that?
No, because I'm fully on board with that emotion.
Okay.
One time we went to a football game with the high school band, and the concession stand had deep fried Oreos.
Oh my god, where was this?
I'll
start going back to high school football games.
I couldn't tell you.
It was Jay, right? It had to be Jay.
It might have been Jay.
You know those hicks were like, y'all, let's fry us some fucking Oreos.
But, like, I got an order of them, and I think it was 4.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and we like, got them at halftime, and,
right. Only time you're free.
Like, after we performed.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, and I ate all 4, and then I sort of just sat in the stands, and whenever they were like, all right, stand up, we gotta play, I was like, all right, give me a minute, I gotta get up. The concession stand we were always, like, crazy about, though, was when we would go to Tate, because they had what they called Aggie fries.
Oh my god, the Aggie fries.
Ooh, so good.
Those are the ones, what do they put on them?
There was, like, some kind of seasoning, and then, like, caramelized onions, and...
Yeah, those are, I think they did rip those off from, like, Texas A&M.
Yeah, probably.
But, like, yeah, I've heard people that I work with who, like, grew up in Pensacola, and, like, some of them, they will go back to Tate. Like, because I went to high school there.
Right.
And so they'll go back to Tate for their big rivalry game, which is, I think, against Escambia.
Uh-huh.
And they'll, like, the next Monday, they're all, like, talking about Aggie fries. And I'm like, they sound good.
We joke about, like, Michaela and I used to joke about it all the time of, like, hey, when we're next to Navarre, let's just go to a random fucking game at Tate and get Aggie fries. What was I talking about before the powdered Oreos? Or fried Oreos with powdered sugar?
You hate corporate Twitters.
Oh, yeah. I hate corporate Twitters.
Yeah, brands are not your friends. That's especially important to realize if you're, like, a young person, like a child, like a teenager. Like, the brand that you're interacting with on Twitter, it's not a person, and they're not your friend.
I mean, there is a person.
You are data to them.
But, like, they are, like, a likely way underpaid intern, like...
Not even, because when me and Angela both separately used to have to do social media for FSU Housing, or not FSU Housing, for the FSU Card Center.
Right.
And... what I initially wanted to do was, I wanted to make memes about, like, having to get a new card and stuff like that, like a new FSU card, and I had thought of, like, a bunch of really funny ones. They wouldn't let me post any of them, and I was devastated. But, everything that gets made, at least at FSU, goes through, I think, like, 5 or 10 different people before it gets posted.
Right, yeah. There's
like
definitely
a team of people.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind, is that it's almost never genuine. I mean, so like, there was some early stuff when it was first happening that it was like, even I was kind of like, oh, that's funny. Like, I think Wendy's was probably the first, like...
Or, like, the Denny's Tumblr was a really big deal.
The Denny's Tumblr. Arby's early on had, like... And I will say, this is less of a meme thing. And
Arby's makes, like, very cool cardboard stuff.
They made, like, actually cool stuff, and they did it for, like, really niche communities, too. Like, they had an Adventure Zone, they had a Critical Role, like...
They had, like, they made, like, a Titan from Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Out of, like, fry containers.
Now, that being said, did that make me want to eat at Arby's? No.
No. But I thought it was cool.
Right. But yeah, Wendy's started with being sassy on Twitter, Denny's by being... Weird on Tumblr. And then now it's everything. And then there's, like, you know, fucking Sunny D saying that they're depressed on Twitter. Yeah. And, like, it's so bad.
You're not depressed, you're a brand. And also, you're Sunny D. You're not Cloudy D.
Yeah, what a, like, weird, like, image to try to sell for your brand, which is
Sunny
mostly,
D have
like...
a big smiling sun?
Yeah, and, like, their whole brand image is, like... Hey, moms, does your kid want orange juice, but not orange juice, and with, like, 70% of it being sugar?
It's only 5% juice.
Yeah. What the fuck is Sunny D?
I think they, like, went through a period where they had to disclose to, like, on commercials that it was only 5% juice. Because I remember one time I was watching it was, like, made with drink Sunny D, made with 5% real orange juice. And I was like, Mom, is 5% a lot? Because I was little, and she was like, no, it certainly is not.
I I genuinely...
Sunny D always burned my throat, too.
Yeah, there is like a lot of acidity to it.
Yeah. Well, you would eat like your fucking crunch berries, which like those are ripping the shit out of the top of your mouth. And then you drink your Sunny D, which your mom thought was orange juice because they were marketing it as being made with real juice until they started
like
legally having to disclose that it isn't juice.
Technically, it was made with real juice.
Yeah, but like I remember I used to like eat fucking crunch berries and Sunny D for breakfast because my mother was doing her best. And like I would finish my crunch berries, the top of my mouth would be raw because that's how Captain Crunch operates and that's their business model. And like then I would drink Sunny D. It's like, oh my God. It's like Brayden, did you go to catechism?
Yes.
It's like the stigmata in your mouth. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad.
That's fucked. My favorite, like, cereal memory
Jesus.
is just having Fruity Pebbles and then pouring the milk and then just having that race against time to eat it before it was, like, just slurry. Like,
Tim does not like Fruity Pebbles. And when I ask him to bring me home some, he's, like, judgmental about it.
He's
like, I don't want to waste my money on that. I'm like, they're for me.
Yeah, I want you to waste your money. I don't know the last time I had Fruity Pebbles.
They're so good.
As
an adult, the good thing is you eat your Fruity Pebbles, you still have that race against time, and then you pour the milk into your coffee.
I don't drink coffee, though, so.
I make coffee when I'm having Fruity Pebbles. I don't drink coffee, or if I do, I like got it from Dunkin' on the way to work.
That's pretty good.
And then I'm texting you telling you that Dunkin' Donuts sucks and they can't make coffee.
Yeah, no, I feel weird about cereal as an adult because, like, I don't know.
Oh, you're not on that Justin McElroy shit?
Well, so I like cereal, but I feel weird purchasing, like, Fruit Loops.
Why? Who cares?
Because I'm 24.
But, okay, this is the good thing, right? You go to Publix where shopping is a pleasure.
Right. And working is hell.
Yeah, where working is terrible and shopping is a pleasure. Shopping is a pleasure because it's so fucking terrible to work there.
I will say, in terms of grocery stores, they're actually not that bad, but...
No, Publix started me at $9 an hour when minimum wage in Florida was fucking $8. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, and they recently bumped them all up again, too. I'm pretty sure the lowest they pay now is like $11.
I'm trying now I work with low-income families primarily, and then everybody who's like, I need a job, I'm like, can you get to a Publix?
Yeah.
Or like Target. I'm constantly trying to get them to work at Publix and Target.
Because I almost guarantee you, like...
Target's about to bump everybody up to $15 an hour.
Oh, goddamn. But, like, if you can get to a Publix and you can get to that deli, like, they're almost for sure hiring you.
They hate, like, everybody hates deli.
Yeah, it's the worst place to work.
It's the worst. Bakery is bad. I will stick up for, like, my fellow bakery employees. Right. Bakery is bad.
Produce was, like, fine.
Produce seems, like, very nice.
It was pretty
trying
chill.
So hard to get on in produce.
My managers just sucked. It wasn't like wasn't that much about the company.
You have to be a shitty person to make manager at, like, a retail job.
Yeah, a lot of it's about, like, very much following the corporate environment. Cereal.
Okay.
We were talking about this.
Okay, this is what I'm telling you, right? This is why it doesn't matter if you buy Fruit Loops and you're 24 years old. You go to Publix. You're an adult, right?
Right.
You go to Publix. If somebody looks at you and they are like, you, Brayden Jetty, are 24 years old. Why are you buying Fruit Loops? They don't know you. You can just be like, I got a kid. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to, like, walk them to your home and prove to them you have a child. You don't have to whip out your phone and show them pictures. Or even if you feel like you do, download some stock photos of kids.
That is true.
I love that. I have a car seat in my car now at all times. Somebody's like, your car's messy? I'm a single mom. And then suddenly it's, oh my God, he's so that's so terrible. Are you getting any help? And I'm like, it's this whole elaborate thing. Like, no, he's in jail. Like,
my go-to, like, I say compromise cereal, but I would eat them anyways because I like them, are Frosted Cheerios. Because
I've never had them.
They're basically just every other sugary cereal, but it's like a nice, like, blue box, and none of the, like, packaging is like, eat this and you'll get a wish from a leprechaun and, like, be able to, like,
who cares?
do sports
I want
good.
My wish. I want my wish and to do sports good.
And then the other one is Cinnamon Life.
You won't even treat yourself to, like, some fucking Frosted Flakes.
Bro, Cinnamon Life kicks Frosted Flakes ass.
Frosted Flakes is the greatest cereal.
It is garbage, and it's meant to keep you from jerking off.
That's Corn Flakes.
I mean, they are cornflakes, though.
But they're frosted. And also, if they were to keep you from jerking off, they wouldn't have made Tony the Tiger.
Well, what's funny is, it's the brother, like, because there was Kellogg, who was like, oh, we don't want people to jerk off, so they need to eat, like, the blandest food.
And then what was that called?
What?
It's just, I remember learning about it in A-Push. Like, we had a whole week where she was just like, we're going to learn about cults, and we were like, fuck yeah, seriously?
No, we never got to do that. I learned about this, I think, from Sawbones. Yeah, but like he had a brother who owned like a corn farm or something like that. They made cornflakes, and then after like the evil Kellogg died, he was just like, I'm just gonna make these taste good actually and just sell them. Like, that's fine.
Graham crackers were specifically invented to make you not whack it.
Nice.
Also.
But I like to think that the other Kellogg was just like, all right, we got to balance this out. All of my brother's crazy, like circumcising adult shit. We're gonna put some sugar, and we're gonna put an incredibly fuckable tiger right on this.
Oh, so you think Tony the Tiger is incredibly fuckable? Let's talk about that. Let's delve into that a little bit, shall we? I might get my MSW. I could be a therapist. Sounds like you might need one.
You were the one who specifically brought Tony the Tiger into this.
I didn't say I found him incredibly fuckable. I just said that if they didn't want me to masturbate, they wouldn't have made him.
I mean, but the implication, right?
Anyways, I've been eating Frosted Flakes my whole life. It was like one of the few sugary cereals my mother would allow into our house.
Right.
Never stopped me from whacking it. I can't say it ever spurred me on, like, except maybe that it gave me, like, the nourishment I needed.
It was the fuel.
But it certainly, if the intention was to stop, they need to rework their formula, because that didn't happen. It still hasn't. I still do that sometimes, so.
Mission failed.
Terrorist spotted. Enemies. Oh, wait, no. Enemy spotted. Terrorists win.
God.
That's like, I say that all the time. I don't know what it's from.
I think it's like Counter-Strike?
I think it might be Counter-Strike. I've never played Counter-Strike.
I played it a little bit. That's one of those games where, like, everyone who's still playing it is only playing it because they're really good at it.
Oh, they're, like, so insanely good at it.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
I have that, like, fun oldest child thing where, like, I grew up with rules and structure.
Right.
So, I was not allowed to play violent video games. So I never got to play Counter-Strike. Max, my brother, fucking 8 years old, playing Call of Duty Zombies until, like, 4 in the morning. Max is 8, so I am 14. I'm supposed to be in bed by 10. So, yeah, it's okay. I'm not mad. It's fine.
I can't think of too much, because I was the younger brother, but I can't think of too much I was, like, allowed when my brother
Tyler,
wasn't.
he can think of a million things.
Like, I definitely got, like, a phone at a younger age than he did.
But that makes more sense because phones...
Yeah, became more...
Yeah.
prevalent.
I can think I got my first phone when I was about 11 years old.
Yeah. Maybe like bedtime's relaxed for me, like a little younger than for him kind of thing, but our parents weren't like hugely strict in the first place. Like we weren't allowed to play like Grand Theft Auto, but like we had Halo. Like it wasn't.
I was allowed to play Grand Theft Auto, and then my dad saw me playing Grand Theft Auto, and then I was promptly not allowed to play Grand Theft Auto anymore.
That's one of those where like I think a lot of parents overreact about violent video games and stuff like that. And I still don't think Grand Theft Auto is like going to cause like anything.
I don't think that's like a healthy game for children to be playing.
Right? Yeah, that one's pushing.
You have a little too much freedom in that, I think.
Yeah.
I think the problem with games like that, the ones that are like open world and stuff like that, is that like you can really just kind of roam around and do what you want. Yeah. At least in Halo, you can't touch titties. Like.
And also when you're like kicking a person out of their car and running them over, they're like an alien. And
they're not people. That's a big thing.
It's not a guy on his way to work.
I told this story to Sarah last night when I was out in Tallahassee, but Tim one time was watching me play Red Dead Redemption.
Right.
And I went to the hotel where the hotel attendant is voiced by like a person that Tim is a fan of. It's Jack from Achievement Hunter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I go and I like have a bath because I think Arthur Morgan is sexy, so I wanted to keep him looking good. And then I got a room, and I was just like looking around in it, and there was a mirror, and you could interact with the mirror. And so as you interacted with the mirror, it's Arthur Morgan, and he's like, "Look at you, you ugly piece of shit," and all this stuff. Well, every time you interact, it's like progressively, it increases.
Right.
And so, because Tim was watching me when there were no more interactions, I pulled out my gun and like pointed it at Arthur in the mirror. Like he was having like this self-destructive episode. And I shot the mirror. And this was all to make Tim laugh. Like, I was just trying to make him laugh. People did not like that I discharged a firearm indoors. So I had then all of these people coming at me and shooting me. And I was like, well, that's not nice of you to do. So I shot them back. And then I killed Jack from Achievement Hunter.
Right.
And that made Tim very sad. And he did not like that I did that, and he made me reload the game.
I will say, I have a very hard time being, like, terrible in games.
I don't.
I will occasionally do it, but usually only if I have, like, a save. One, because, like, it can just, like, fuck your game up. Like, if I'm playing Skyrim...
Being mean is not nice, first of all.
Well, yes, but I'm saying that, like, if I'm playing Skyrim and I kill, like, a bunch of people, I can no longer, like...
Go back to that place?
Yeah, or, like...
Yeah, and then that can, like, hurt a lot of quests.
Right. But it's also just, I, like, feel bad and don't want it to be that way. I do remember one time playing, did you ever play Fable?
No.
Okay, well, it had a mechanic in the game where there were sometimes empty houses that you could buy and then either live in them or you could rent them. And you could, like, fix them up so that you got, like, better prices and stuff. But...
Oh, Landlord Simulator.
Right. But it had a mechanic where if the person whose house it, like, an actual house that wasn't, like, unoccupied, if they died, their house would go up for sale.
Oh, so you could just kill them and take their house. So
there was at one point where I just killed, like, an entire town. And then, like, waited...
You're terrible!
Waited until, the bounty or whatever went away, and then just came back and bought all the houses and rented them out.
That's literally, like... That's like some Gilded Age, like fat cat shit right there, dude.
Right,
That's
I was like a railroad baron.
Yeah, like one of those dudes who like makes all of his employees live on like one little compound, and you don't pay them real money, you pay them in like store credit for the company store.
Right, yeah. Essentially, that's what I was doing.
People in that town are going to unionize you and then beat you to death in front of your wife and child.
Yeah, they're going to drag me into the streets in the middle of the night.
They're going to fucking kill you. You're going to die, dude. I had thought of a story when we were doing the bid bits that I wanted to tell, but I can't remember what it was now.
I will also say, we are a significant amount of time into this if we do want to just get into it, but...
Oh, okay. We can just get into it then.
All right.
Okay. I will start paying attention. Because it's my turn to do the episode.
Right.
So, what's up? This is The Legend of Zelda. Ow, my finger. Stop it!
That's my favorite episode.
Stop it. This is The Legend of Zelda cartoon episode 7, The Doppelganger. It's been 2 whole hours since I watched this, so I've probably forgotten a lot. So it opens up on like something like crawling up the castle. It's a moblin.
Right.
Is crawling up the castle. And then you see Link, and he's like practicing sword stuff. Right? And he's whistling the Mario theme, which is cute.
Yeah, that was a nice touch.
That was a cute little touch. And so then the moblin comes in through the open window. They should just really stop leaving the windows open.
Or, like, for the love of God, put the Triforce somewhere else. Like,
build a vault. Just put it in a room with no windows and lock the door.
I'm, like, aware we've hammered on this several times, but Jesus Christ.
It would solve a lot of their problems. So the moblin jumps out and it's like, bah! And Link fights it and kills it. And it drops a ring. And he says, like, oh, a force field ring. That's what I've always wanted for Christmas. I would like to have a discussion with you at this point.
Okay.
This implies that in Hyrule...
Oh, that Christmas exists? Oh, which means that Jesus exists!
Right.
Oh, my God!
Right.
Oh, no.
Right.
What is
Is there a pope?
What does this mean broadly? I'm trying to think of the implications.
It's certainly very odd, because it seems like...
Did the Crusades happen?
How were they spared? Right? Isn't the whole thing with the Crusades is that, like, they thought the Arabs were, like, doing witchy shit, right?
Right.
Or something. Certainly the fact that they weren't Christian was not helping them out in a time where either you were Christian or they fucking killed you. Anyways, it seems like there are a lot of people doing magic.
Right.
And then also, okay, so Zelda wears pants, but there's a regency.
A what?
Right? A regency, like a king.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, in trying to establish a time period for this, it's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Because Zelda wears pants.
That really just tears this whole thing apart.
But if you look at, they literally did not want to animate a skirt, and that's why she wears pants. Right? Like, that has to be it. It's not some feminist statement.
I mean, she's also always, like, fighting and doing stuff.
That's why she has on pants, because she's fighting and doing stuff, and they don't want to animate her skirt.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can't imagine that the people of Hyrule would be popular with the Catholic Church. That's all I'm trying to say.
Right.
Especially, like, the Catholic Church has not made major overhauls in the last few hundred years. Maybe if they've ignored some, like, pretty necessary ones.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like the, like, anti-witchcraft stuff, I mean, that was pretty hammered into me as a child, so.
So, yeah, this entire, like, cast would be persecuted for their
the fact that Zelda's not on fire is a good, like, It's surprising. But yeah, so Jesus in Hyrule.
He's up in this.
Yeah, it's interesting. Then it cuts to underground. Is Ganon the devil?
I mean, like, if you were to look at the entire, like, Legend of Zelda series in that light, like, with the goddess being, you know, God and Ganon being the devil, then I don't know, things start to fall apart, because, like,
they shouldn't have mentioned Christmas. Why did they say Christmas and not my birthday?
But, okay, so Skyward Sword says that, Zelda is the goddess.
She's a reincarnation of the goddess.
And Link is
a reincarnation of the original hero.
Which is like the goddess's right hand. Is Link Jesus? Is Link the Holy Spirit?
Is Link Jesus? No, because, okay. The Holy Spirit is intangible.
Right.
Right? That's the whole thing. So Link can't be because he's like a corporeal thing. Now, Jesus, they very much did kill Jesus. Right? So he's a corporeal thing. And then Link, every time I'm playing The Legend of Zelda, is dying constantly. They very much are killing reviving. Link. Yeah. Oh. Might be onto something there.
Oh, this is stupid.
This is so stupid.
Dumb.
Tim, leave all of this in. But it's a discussion that's worth bearing.
Yeah.
I love to find religious symbolism in secular media. And I think they shouldn't have said Christmas. They should have just said my birthday.
Yeah, or like, I don't know.
My birthday. You get gifts on your birthday.
Or
everybody gets gifts on their birthday.
Or something.
The holidays. Well then, okay. Okay, the holidays. Now that opens a new problem.
But I mean, there's plenty of like...
I shouldn't refer to that as a problem. I don't think Jewish people are a problem. Like, I'm not Jewish, but like I respect it.
I mean, there are higher powers to them, right? Like, there's the goddess, then there's like the three goddesses who like physically created everything. So like, there's probably some day of like reverence for them.
He should have just said my birthday. Or like, yeah, my birthday. Like, It would be just as weird as if Link was like, oh, fireworks, it's like the 4th of July. Like, do you know what America is?
Do you have a normal calendar like us?
Yeah. Are you on the Gregorian? Did you know that there's only one country in the entire world that isn't? I don't remember it off the top of my head. Like, I can't tell you which country it is. But there's only one. So, there's Jesus for Christmas to happen. That's weird and that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's the scope of this. It's fucked up.
I mean, I don't think Christmas is fucked up. I like Christmas.
Everyone knows what you mean. It's fine.
It's like how it's weird that there's a pope in Cars. Like, Cars had Jesus too. Like, you don't have to address it. It's just weird. Anyways, it cuts underground to where Ganon, who may or may not be the devil, is hanging out. And basically the moblin is like, I'm sorry, Mr. Ganon, sir. But I couldn't do it. Like, whooped my ass.
Right.
And Ganon is like, I'm so fucking tired of this Link guy. Like, I'm so over it. And Ganon's like, I am about to whoop his ass.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And so basically Ganon is like, there's one thing Link can't. He has one weakness, and it's that he'll do anything for Zelda. He won't stop sexually harassing her when she asks him to. So, like, he won't do anything.
There is a limit.
Yeah, the limit is leaving her alone.
Yeah.
And letting her get, like, a day of peace. So Ganon does a spell. Oh, and then throughout the whole time, he's doing, like, that thing where, like, he's talking like this, it's really high, like that. And then while I was watching it, it reminded me of somebody. Somebody who thinks that your fantasies will never be quenched. You freaking freaks
freaking learn
that your actions have consequences!
Right. So, Gaina is either the devil or Sammy Classic Sonic fan. And I'm just going to say, I've never seen the three of them in a room together.
I'm sure... Isn't Sammy Classic Sonic fan, like, a huge, like, neo-Nazi now?
I think he was, like, kind of conservative. I don't think it was, like, hugely alt-right or anything. He's on, I think Instagram now. I went to his page relatively recently, and it was just it was weird. It wasn't, like, there wasn't anything, like, directly racist, just the vibe was off. I don't know. It was a lot of videos of him talking and being like, oh, and we need to be, like, thankful for the universe and, like, all this weird shit.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get behind that. What if he's going for, like, a nature
thing maybe. I did not watch more than a couple videos, so maybe.
Yeah. Oh, and then Instagram only lets you post, like, 30-second videos.
Yeah. Right, at 35 seconds, he started talking about, like, you know, how the foreigners shouldn't be let in and all this stuff.
Don't. What if he's really nice? I mean, he might not be. Sammy Classic Sonic fan, if you want to guest and you're not a neo-Nazi, you're welcome. You're welcome to guess if you want to. But if you're a neo-Nazi, you can't. That's a really big sticking point for me. I like Jewish people.
My God. We just keep... we can't keep doing this.
At this point, I'm doing it to get that reaction from you. Anyways, Sammy, Classic Sonic fan. If you're from the Central Florida area, if you have plans, I'm gonna be Brandon and I. Okay, we're gonna go.
You have a really good habit of saying "anyways" and then just like not returning to the
I have
actual
ADHD,
thing.
Brayden. I have ADHD. I'm doing my fucking best. My doctor took me off Adderall. I've had a glass of wine. I'm trying. Okay. Ganon does a spell. Right? And then there's like a magic swirling on the ground. And then it's a mirror. And then he's like, into Zelda's room you go. And the mirror goes there. And then it cuts and you see Sprite. And Sprite, I think, might just deadass be a maid.
Yeah,
Yeah, she might just be a cleaning lady, which is fine. But I do think it's a waste of her magical talents.
Yeah, and like she's also royalty.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, okay. All right. Here's another thing. When queens used to have, and kings used to have chamber maids and whatever the king's equivalent were. I don't know. I didn't read books about princes, only princesses, because I don't care about men.
Didn't they just call them like their man?
My man.
Well, like it was like manservant, but they would also be like, they would say something like, oh, tell your man to do this.
I genuinely don't know. But ladies in waiting and chambermaids and things like that, they were other high-born women.
Right.
And the idea was that the queen is so special that regular maids cannot, like, throw out her shit.
Yeah, I got you.
Like a high-born lady has to do it. So maybe it's like that.
Yeah, it could be.
Like other princesses would be like ladies in waiting and stuff like that.
The other possible explanation is that the people who wrote this did a lot of cocaine.
You might be onto something. They probably did.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know if the one you watch has Do the Mario.
It does.
Luigi looks like he could be.
On cocaine?
On some coke, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Luigi's like, hey, paisanos, and he's like wiping his nose really suspiciously. His pinky nail is like way longer than all his other nails. Which I thought meant he was a lesbian, but apparently it means he does weird. Cocaine.
He like dips out in the middle of it to be like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. And then he leaves like 3 more times before the song is over. It's weird. He keeps going.
It's only like a 15-second song.
Yeah, it's kind of suspicious, I gotta say.
Hey, Luigi, if you're listening, I have this letter I need to read you about...
about how your addiction is hurting us.
Yeah. Addiction isn't funny.
Oh.
It's not. It's terrible. It's a terrible disease.
Damn, we keep going some places.
If you need help, don't feel...
Oh my god.
It's a serious thing. Okay, so Sprite is there, and she's like, Zelda got a new mirror, and then she's like, Zelda's so fucking vain. I hate her so much. She's the worst. And then Sprite is looking at herself in the mirror, which, like, Sprite, that's pretty vain, too. And then Zelda comes in, and she's like, Sprite, did you iron this? And it's like, are there just not other human people? Like, did you really have to go to the fucking fairy fountain, catch a little bitch in a jar, bring her back to your house, and be like, you work for me now?
Yeah, there's literally, like, no one else in this castle.
No.
It's weird.
It's like her dad, Link, and Sprite.
Yeah.
And then is Sprite a person? That's debatable.
Oh my god.
What? It is.
No. It's just, oh.
It is debatable. She's not human. She's a fairy.
I mean,
are fairies
yes.
people? Hashtag fairy rights. It's like, have you ever played Dragon Age?
Yes.
There's
Very
like this
small
whole thing
amount.
about like, are like the elves people? Or something like that. It might be the mages or mages people.
I mean, is a mage not like just a person that does magic?
I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Okay. I mean, elves also, that would be kind of fucked up because they're just
tall and skinny.
Yeah. And...
Are models people?
Fuck.
They are, and they should be treated better.
Right. Exactly. Model rights.
I do go hard for models because everything Angela tells me about being a model makes me so fucking mad.
Yeah, no, it's
that like
it's
anybody
horrifying.
ever talked to her like that.
Okay, we need to get on this before this episode is like 2 hours long.
Like all the other ones. Sprite is just Zelda's maid.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's probably why she's trying to marry Link so bad, or like trying to fuck Link so bad, because if she gets married, she probably gets to stop being a maid.
Right, she's trying to marry up.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Link's just kind of like a security guard. Is that a higher station?
Well, if she gets pregnant, she can't work. Also, if she gets pregnant, I think she might die. It's not looking good. She should just... Oh my god, she has wings. Like, why doesn't she just fly away?
That seems like a metaphor somehow.
Oh yeah, like Megan Fox's tattoo.
Wait.
What?
That's just such a specific thing for you to reference, like I know what you're talking about.
Megan Fox has a tattoo that says people love to laugh at gilded butterflies.
Oh, that's so pretentious.
It's not pretentious.
I mean, it's not a pretentious line. It's a pretentious thing to get tattooed on your body.
She probably feels a way about the way people treat her because of the way she looks.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
If I were her, I would feel a way about it.
Her whole narrative for a long time was like that hot girl from Transformers.
Yeah. And then now Michael Bay has created this like narrative that she's like so difficult to work with.
Yeah.
And so she's, I don't know. Apparently she's like a mom now. She's really happy. I'm happy for her.
Right.
People treat hot girls terribly, but they also treat ugly girls terribly. And that's because there's a patriarchy in this great nation. Anyways.
It's a good episode.
I'm trying. You should just do all of the recaps. Because every time I'm left to do the recap, this is how it goes.
We wind up talking about Jewish people and the patriarchy.
You make it sound like those aren't things we're talking about!
I'm not saying those aren't things we're talking about. I'm saying maybe the podcast where we talk about this shitty Zelda TV show is not the proper avenue.
I have a lot of feelings. Okay. Sprite's life sucks. And then Zelda looks in the mirror, and Zelda sees the mirror, and she's like, Sprite, did you buy this? And Sprite's like, I don't have any fucking money. Like, I thought you bought it. I'm 2 inches tall. And Zelda's like, no, I didn't buy it. And then she looks at herself in it, and then mean Zelda appears. And, like, you can tell this one's mean because she has eyeshadow on.
Right.
And women who wear makeup are bitches. Or I think that's what they're going for. And she's like wearing darker clothes. She's like, I actually liked this design. She's like,
yeah, I was gonna say, I think this like design looks a lot better.
It does. There's just something about like the coloring of her normal clothes that's like very weird to me.
Yeah.
So when she was wearing darker clothes, it looked really good.
Yeah.
And then I think like a lot of moblins come out of the mirror.
Yeah, and they steal
what is that?
Zelda. I was taking a drink.
Of what? Metal?
No, it's just in like a metal like
it sounded like you were like doing a little xylophone riff.
No, it was ice in the metal thing.
Oh. I love a good stainless steel water bottle.
Yeah.
So nice. Save the turtles. I'm sorry, I got distracted because I wrote Gucci.
Why did you write Gucci?
I'm gonna get to it. So Mean Zelda comes out. I don't remember, like, regular Zelda gets put into the mirror.
Yeah, the moblins, like, wrap her up and...
Yeah, and then she's gone. And then regular Link, who's the only Link in this show, comes and fights all the moblins. And he sees Mean Zelda, but he doesn't know the difference.
Right.
Because he has got the observational powers of
and
frog.
Also, like, she's wearing...
he was a frog. That's too close to home, probably.
She's wearing different clothes, but, like...
And eyeshadow.
Well,
because women who wear makeup are bitches. Don't forget.
Okay, but, like, there's no reason for him to assume she is a different person.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I think Link's brain is smooth. Him and Sprite just have, like, these perfectly round...
They're not even shaped right. They're completely spherical, so they just kind of bounce around a little bit in their head.
Yeah. You hear them, like, do. It's like when you have the DVD menu. Just waiting on it to hit the corner.
Yeah, every time it hits a corner is when he says, "Excuse me, princess."
He experiences a thought. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, it was good.
So Link sees bad Zelda, and he's like, "Oh, you're wearing different clothes." And she's like, "I just got it today. Do you like it?" And he's like, "Yeah, looks good." And then he, like, fights all the moblins. Zelda gives him a huge kiss.
Right.
That should have tipped him off right there. Right there, that should have tipped him off.
Yeah, he should have been like, "Now, hold on. This is different."
Yeah. Zelda steps on him.
Yep.
which Link appears to not dislike.
She's also wearing, like, I don't understand what is on her. Are those incredibly high boots?
I think they are.
Okay, because there was no, like, shoe line, but it just looked like her foot.
Yeah, I think they're very high boots. But
Link is a sub.
He displays that pretty prominently in this episode.
Link is a simp.
Is a what?
A simp?
What's that?
It stands for something. Something about a mediocre pussy or something like that. It's a man who foolishly overvalues a woman and puts her on a pedestal. But it's used in the same, like, context as, like, a sub or a cuck or something like that. At least on, like, Twitter.
Oh, I've never seen that used before.
I don't know if it's actually an acronym or if it's just one of those things where, like...
Mediocre pussy?
It's something... Oh, now I have to find the fucking acronym. Someone idolizing or this one is Sokka idolizing mediocre pussy.
I don't know, though, because Zelda with eyeshadow, like, I guess if I was a 12-year-old boy in the 80s, I would think she was kind of hot.
Right.
So, I don't know. Link likes to get stepped on. That's his business. We don't need to keep harping on it.
Yeah, it's fine. Do your thing, man.
I don't like that. I think that's really mean. I could never do it. But if that's what he wants to do, and if he has a consensual person
as long as
to
it's
do
not
it
in,
with...
as long as it's not in public, and the kink-shaming mall cop doesn't have to stop them.
Kink-shaming mall cop. The kink-shaming mall cop is that's the real thin blue line. It's not the rest of cops.
That guy's my hero.
It's not other cops.
Yeah.
It's just the king-shaming mall cop.
Only one cop allowed at Pride.
He's really it. He's really it. I'm not going to talk about my feelings about what should and shouldn't be allowed at Pride.
Well, yeah.
Because the people with kinks are going to find out pretty quickly that I don't...
Yeah.
How I feel. Yeah, so, and then it cuts, and there's real Zelda, nice Zelda, no eyeshadow, light-colored clothing, down in hell with Ganon.
Right.
And Ganon, like, wiggles his fingers in his face, and he says, coochie, coochie, coo. And that's why I wrote coochie.
I gotcha.
I wrote coochie, coo.
Right. I understand now.
I wasn't making notes about vaginas. Like, no, that's what he said.
I know, but you did.
I'm not like some pervert.
I understand. It's just out of context. You just randomly said, I wrote down coochie.
I said I got distracted because I wrote down coochie. Excuse you. I'm not the pervert that you seem to think I am. To defend my honor. I'm just a very open person. I'm very sex positive. That's how I'm framing it.
Right.
Don't worry, I'll talk about it with Valerie. That's my therapist. And Zelda is like, I'm gonna bite your fucking fingers off.
Hell yeah.
Which, yeah, that's exactly my response. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have even warned him and just bit him off. Like, don't fucking touch me. I hate being touched. Like, I don't know. If I were Zelda, I would have gone postal and killed Ganon by now.
Oh, yeah. Like, she does have, like, some semblance of magic powers. I don't really... I mean, she's only really been shown, like, doing her hair without the aid of the Triforce, so I don't know the extent of it, but I feel like she could do something.
She probably, like, can't hurt people.
Yeah, maybe.
Because she's supposed to be, like, inherently good.
Right.
So maybe that's something.
There was a scene before this one where, like, Link and the other bad Zelda are, like, riding with the Triforce to go, like, kick Ganon's ass. And Link sees, like, her reflection. And she's not
and she
there.
doesn't have one. Is she a vampire?
Well, he does, like, surmise that's not her, but I will say, he does nothing with that knowledge.
No, he's just like, yeah, he doesn't do anything. And then what's really creepy is that he keeps accepting kisses from her.
Yeah, he fully is like, that's not Zelda, and then never, like, surprise attacks her. I mean, I guess he probably wants to, like, figure out what the end game is, and if she's not the real Zelda, then, like, where is the real Zelda? But, like, it comes into play 0. Like, it really...
Okay, and then, okay, here's the thing. He continues to accept kisses from her. That's creepy.
Yeah, and also, like, the last time there was a...
It's in front of Zelda.
Yeah, but, like, also the last time he accepted a kiss from, like, a pretty girl who turned out to be a monster, it was, like, a weird mummy thing. So,
yeah. And then you got
turned into a frog. Like, dude, like, this is why this shit happens to you.
Yeah.
Because you just keep going for it.
Yeah. But, like, okay, I want to pose to you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How uncomfortable would you be if you, like, had a friend?
Right.
This is your only friend.
Uh-huh.
You are the only 2 human people, seemingly, on this earth. So this is your only friend. And then, like, she's hanging out with a dude that looks just like you.
Okay.
And she keeps making out with him in front of you. I would probably just shoot myself to avoid having to experience that emotion.
Right. Yeah, that would be...
It is so fucking creepy. And maybe I'm just so weirded out by it because I've been listening to, like, a worrying amount of true crime podcasts.
It does
but, like, that truly is so weird.
It does sound like the setup for, like, they're going to kill you and then hide the body.
Right. Yeah. I listened to a lot of My Favorite Murder today on the way back from Tallahassee. And, like, the second he did that, I was just like, that should be illegal. Like, it's so creepy.
Yeah.
If I were Zelda, I would just freak the fuck out. Because that's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Yeah, he says that the Triforce is heavy. Zelda gives him a kiss. Bad Zelda gives him a kiss. And he's like, can you carry it now? And he's like, yeah. They both get to the same spot as regular Zelda.
Right.
And each Zelda, for some reason, now they look the exact same.
Well, they like, spend a while chasing each other. And there is I wrote down specifically, there is a point where, like, they show the wrong Zelda. Like, they show one of them fall, and then when she gets up, she's, like, the other Zelda. But they fall down into, like, a weird mud pit. And so they're, like, covered in mud, so you can't see their clothing or anything. Like, the color.
Ah. Okay.
So, yeah, then we get the classic, like...
like, she's the fake one. No, she's the fake one. Well, Link, being the fucking sex predator that he is... is like, I know how we'll figure it out. We'll have a kissing contest. Damn. And fake Zelda immediately, like, plants one on him.
Right.
And Link is like, ooh. And then he's like, it's your turn now. And real Zelda slaps the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And Link's like, that's my Zelda. And, like, Zelda never is like, we need to talk about boundaries.
Yeah, no, it's just, it continues on. It's not addressed.
And so then the episode keeps going. Ganon shows up and Link blasts him into the water. Mm-hmm. And then the episode is over, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember anything else happening.
I believe they, like, blast a hole in the ceiling and then ride the Triforce, like, into the sky.
As one does.
Yeah. I think Link might make a remark about how, like, she might consider wearing black more often or something like that.
Yeah, he was like, you should get a black outfit. It looks good. Which, like, I'm goth all the way. So, like, I get it.
Right.
Everybody should get a black outfit. It looks good on everybody. But, like...
Right after, like, a doppelganger tried to steal your identity, it might not be the best.
Right after you made fun of the doppelganger, kiss the doppelganger who's wearing black.
Yeah.
in front of me. Like, Link is so fucking lucky that he's the only other boy Zelda's age.
Yeah.
Like, maybe she just feels a pressure to, like, continue the human race or something.
Yeah.
Or even she's like, I would be so cripplingly lonely.
And like, I don't...
It's like a Stockholm syndrome or something. Like, it's not healthy.
I have the feeling these were all written, like, just completely out of order, and they just, like, put them in wherever. Because, like, their relationship doesn't make any sense. Because, like, the last episode...
No, it doesn't.
She was fully ready to, like, get down with that dude. And now she's immediately just like, I don't want to fucking look at you. Like,
I mean...
Which is, I would say, the more deserved response. It's just,
right.
it's a big change.
I would certainly say that there are, like, hills and valleys in relationships. Like, Tim and I not last year at this point, but in 2018, we drove 20 hours to Philadelphia for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And let me tell you, on that 20-hour drive back, I wished Tim would choke. So, like, it's certainly normal, to a point. But, like, they need... it's so weird.
Yeah,
it's not normal in their situation.
Yeah, exactly. It's very weird.
It's so odd. I hate it.
I'm tired of this. Will they? Won't they?
Yeah. Fuck or don't. Like, I don't know.
We can't say that because, again, we have no clue how old these people are.
Yeah. Link in Twilight Princess is 19, though.
Yeah, like that
So,
Link can fuck
I don't
and
feel...
does a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, now, hold on.
Well, I'm not saying that's my personal feeling towards him. I'm saying that canonically he does that.
Who does he fuck?
Who doesn't he fuck,
Seriously? Might pick it back up. Is there, like... you gotta press a button? Is there, like, a mini game?
Yeah, it's like, how you can, like, pick up the dogs that are walking around?
Can you seriously? In Twilight Princess?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's just also random people that you just walk up. It's fine.
Is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about
morality
the morality
of sex in Legend of Zelda media aside.
Yeah, that's gonna close it out for us, I believe. That's gonna end on a...
Do you have any final thoughts? No. This is not a good episode. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, I mean, this was kind of a blah episode, really. I didn't think it was, like, horrifically bad. I didn't think it was all that great either.
Which one did we think was really good?
The Pegasus one.
Yeah, it's no Sing for the Unicorn.
Exactly. And frankly, I don't know if any of them are going to be, It's a high bar.
I do think that was the best one, and I think that one's going to stay the best one.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my whole thought on it. Is there anything else you had that you wanted to say about it?
No, I can't think of anything. Do we have any patch notes?
Oh yes, that's the things we've been told.
I have been busting my ass making cute names.
Yeah, I really have not been pulling my weight on that.
So, I need you to at least remember them.
The only thing I can think of that someone has said about the show since we last recorded it was that Alex said that he hasn't listened to it.
Oh, okay, Alec.
He was, I will say, he is the kind of person I never expected him to, but like, I was talking about doing this, and he was like, oh yeah, I haven't done it yet, like, I will soon, and I was like, oh, honestly, like, I never expected you to.
I can't think of anything that somebody has said either. I did, over Christmas, tell Tim's siblings about it. One expressed no interest, the other one, who is more Catholic than me.
Right.
When I said that it was pretty raunchy, he said, well, you're making it. And I was like,
God damn.
Yeah. I just wanted you to be aware.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm in front of my mother-in-law when I'm here, so I'm not at my full.
Right.
I'm not on my bullshit. Yeah, I can't think of any patch notes. If you want to yell at us and maybe we'll talk about it, you can do so on Twitter at VideoGamePod.
Yep. You can find us there. We're also on Instagram, same handle.
Yep.
We put out little teasers every Monday.
Yes.
For the next episode, so follow us for that, and then
yes.
Hopefully more meme things on there.
Yeah, I'm going to start trying to post one soon after the episode posts on Tuesday.
Right. You can also follow us individually. I am at BC Jetty on Twitter.
I am at Crow Queen. That's Queen spelled Kween.
Our theme and our editing were done by Tim. You can find him on Twitter at Stillman Audio, STILLMUN.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of tweets about football right now, but...
Right. I mean, deservedly.
Hey, speaking of football, how you feeling?
It's fine because Brady re-signed. Gronk is coming back.
He re-signed? He's coming back?
Yep, and they'll have White, so it'll be fine. Next year.
No, he shouldn't. Okay, Brady should not re-sign. At this point, I'm concerned for his health.
I mean, the way that they're playing poorly is not Brady. Like, if you watch those games,
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying that a man of his age should not be playing football. It's not good for him. Like, I was just talking to my dad about this on the phone, literally just earlier, like today. And I was like, have you seen Brett Favre recently? And my dad was like, no. And I was like, he looks like he's been through it.
The person that really shouldn't be playing anymore is Gronk, honestly.
He shouldn't. He lost all that weight.
Well,
he's gonna kill himself trying to get back to how big he was.
Even while he was like playing, he was
really hurting himself. Apart. Yeah.
Also, he did this thing on Twitter where he's talked about how
he's almost as old as Brady.
He talked about how he fixed his own CTE, which is not how that works. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh, he's not almost as old as Brady. He's only 30.
Yeah. We went, okay. Yes. So there on Twitter, it's currently football.
We're there on Twitter. Tell Braden how you feel about the Patriots. I'm sure it's negative if you're literally from anywhere other than Boston.
Right. Or, the rest of New England.
The rest of New England likes other football teams. It's just Boston.
No.
What do you consider New England?
New England? What are you talking about? It's a thing.
Right, but like what states are you saying are in New England?
I mean, this isn't my like opinion. New England is a grouping of states.
I'm asking you which ones you say are in New England because there are other football teams.
Massachusetts, Vermont,
Massachusetts, yes, famously.
I said Massachusetts.
Oh, I thought you said Massachusetts.
No, it's Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut, Rhode Island.
So he's really pulling a Brett Favre. He's like retiring, then he's unretiring, and then next year he'll retire again.
Well, he never retired. He just said he might not re-sign, and now he's re-signing.
I bet people in Connecticut are cheering for New York teams.
No,
I bet people in Vermont are going for the Bills also.
I really think they're Patriots fans.
I'm sure you do think that.
I mean, I've been to the area. Also, like, Foxborough's super close to Rhode Island, so, like, they're almost certainly still
all of
fans.
Boston is still super close to Rhode Island.
Well, yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, it's
but
just
Foxborough
how, like,
isn't
South Jersey is super close to Philly.
Yeah.
Like, if you go to, like, oh, God, what's that grocery store I hate? Acme. If you go to Acme in South Jersey, talk about where shopping is a pleasure. Acme is where shopping is torture. I hate Acme. I do. I will not. If you're from Acme, you cannot sponsor us. I'm saying that. If you just work there and you're like a teenager or like, somebody bagging groceries, that's fine. It's not your fault. Corporate, fuck you.
Maine as well as in New England, and they're absolutely Pats
I
fans.
feel like they're too busy watching hockey.
I
don't feel like football is on their radar. They're so almost Canadian.
They're absolutely Pats fans.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did I tell you about how Vermont, if you have a full-time job, will pay you to move there?
Yeah, you did.
I'm thinking about it. Weed is legal in Vermont.
It sure is.
We could that could be very nice. That could be very fun. Florida has been trying for it for forever. We can't seem to make it happen.
So support our Patreon so that we can afford to move to Vermont. So we do now have a Patreon.
Yes.
That is on there as Bideo Game. We'll have a $1 tier that's just you guys supporting us.
That's just you being nice, and we appreciate it a lot.
Very much. And then at the $5 tier, we're going to have bonus episodes. We actually, it will have already been up for a couple weeks, but we just recorded our first
Bits. Yeah!
I was on it. So that one is on there. The rest of them are going to be on our Patreon exclusively. So go on there and support us if you want to hear. Again, I did forget to say our artwork, which is amazing. You guys can all see it.
It's so cute.
It's the best. It's done by my friend Jordan. You can find her on Instagram at @lemonlimeadeart. Her Etsy's on there as well. You can find commissions for plushes and blankets and all kinds of things that are great.
As far as the bits go, we're kind of keeping a loose format, but if you have anything that you think that you would like to hear from us or that you think would be funny, I will start fielding suggestions if you want to tweet them at us, or you can email them to us at Bideo Games, that's games with an S, pod at gmail.com, because Google is the best one as far as mail people.
What about Hotmail?
Go make us a Hotmail, and then I'll start plugging it. Till then, leave me alone.
Is Hotmail even still around?
You remember when Yahoo, you could choose different things from Yahoo, and it was you could choose Rocket Mail?
Oh, see, when I go to
Y-mail.
Hotmail, it's just... This one's super a virus.
Oh, really?
I mean, I think it looks like it would be. Oh, it just all redirects to Outlook now. That's boring.
Is that Microsoft's thing? Hotmail?
Yeah. I mean, I think they bought it.
Oh. I don't know. I never had AOL or Hotmail. I've always had a Yahoo account.
I had an AOL when I was young, because that's what my parents had. And then I had a Hotmail when I initially got on the internet by for my own stuff, like MySpace and YouTube and shit, and then I've been Gmail since then.
You had a MySpace?
Oh yeah, I had a MySpace.
Did you have any what was on your profile? What were your customizations? Do you remember?
I don't remember a background. I do know I had a player for Bird is the Word.
Oh god, you're annoying. Okay.
On there, I had a couple of the little game ones, but I don't remember what. Had the top 5 friends.
Oh, top
which
8.
Again, absolutely fucking savage.
I wish they would bring that back. I would love for people to know where they stand in my life, because I'm really tired of people thinking that we're friends and we're not friends.
It's so
I hate
wild.
a non-consensual friendship. It's my number one pet peeve.
Yeah. I think I had for a little bit that weird thing where you could have an anonymous message box, but then if you had enough points, you could reveal who it was, which is fucked up.
That is fucked up. Were you ever getting anything interesting?
I think I only ever got 2 messages on there.
Oh, so you did not have enough points.
I think one of them was my friend at the time, Joel, who was just saying dumb shit because
Uh-huh.
It was
because
internet.
He's, a 12-year-old boy.
I think I got one that was like something about having a crush on me, and I was like desperately trying to figure out how to acquire points so as to like figure out who it was.
Who do you if you had to go back, who do you think it was? It's probably still your friend Joel fucking with you.
It very well could have been. There was one girl, Morgan, that was like kind of into me, that it might have been her. I don't know.
I remember one time when I always say in high school, because to me that's like when I was most active on Tumblr, but I still have a fucking Tumblr. I'll never make it off of that hell site.
I don't go on it really anymore. It's like
I'm
mine is
too
still up,
in it.
but...
I've had a Tumblr since 2010.
Whew.
I've had a Tumblr for 10 years.
Jesus.
I have deleted everything since before I graduated high school. Like, none of that is findable anymore because I'm truly deeply ashamed of, like, my behavior and stuff. But I think I was late high school or early college. Like, I definitely still lived at home. And I got a series of text messages that were like, I have such a big crush on you, but I'm too nervous to talk to you. And then at one point, but I was like, who are you? I'm so desperate for attention. And then at one point, this person was like, I'm a girl. And I was like, who are you? Like, I was like, please, whoever you are, I will myself to like you back. I have a lot of emotions I need to work through. If you don't mind. And so, yeah, I had a MySpace. I remember that I had like a little flower thing, and it was like a survey. And the default one was like, do you think I'm hot? But I was like 11.
Right.
So it was like, do you think I'm pretty? And they were all no.
Oh, no.
That's
like awful.
Devastated. They weren't wrong. I was like such an ugly duckling of a child. I've grown into an even uglier duck of an adult. But like, it hurt my feelings pretty bad.
Yeah, like anonymous shit on the internet is the absolute like worst thing to like base any of your self-worth on.
Yeah. I remembered that I kept seeing those anonymous things. It would be like a link that you would post, and then people can anonymously send things to you. And at first it would be cute, and then inevitably it would be like, you're a fat, ugly bitch. You're a dumb stink. I hate you so much. Eat shit and die, cunt. And you like, but the only way you could respond to the thing was by posting it on your Facebook. And I remember that I posted on Facebook and I was like, y'all are too old for this. I'm 21.
Yeah.
Like, I turned off anonymous on my Tumblr. Like, when I turned 20, I was like, I'm too old for this. I can't do this anymore. And I was just like, y'all are acting like middle schoolers again. Like, y'all are insane. But
okay, what anonymous. Is this section? We were like,
it's getting cut. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to have a nice time with my friend.
No, I know. I just wasn't sure what was happening with it.
Tim's gonna hate editing this one.
Yeah, this one's gonna be rough.
I'm sorry, Tim.
Sorry, Tim.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, we gotta...
Wait, we said bye.
We did say the shit.
Okay, go ahead.
Well... we now have our sign off. It's kind of been foisted on me, I guess. You just say go ahead. But this time it's The Rise of Skywalker was bad. Goodbye.
No.
Well, that's the sign off. We gotta cut it now. It's done.
No, don't let me in.
You gotta just end it here.
Listen.
Them's the rules, baby.
You shouldn't watch Star Wars,
baby.
Okay, can I do the sign off, please?
All right, fine. You
can we do the real sign off, like the one we always do?
And now we will get to our sign off, which is absolutely real, and we have it, and we've done it before, and will again. Do you have that ready to go?
Yeah, I do. I'm ready. Are you ready for me to say it?
Hit me.
Ewoks being in The Rise of Skywalker is enough to make The Rise of Skywalker good. That's all it needed, is Ewoks.
Bad movie.
I'm not saying that the rest of it was good. I'm saying the part with the Ewoks is good. It's really, really, really good.
But they got rid of the porgs.
No, you still saw porgs.
Yeah, but they're not, like, in the Falcon.
Well, they probably should not be introduced into other ecosystems.
Whatever. This got out of hand. This sign-off...
Let's try it again. Let's do one more time. And I'll do the thing I'm supposed to do.
Okay. All right. Now we've got our classic sign-off here at the end, which is real, and we always do it, and we will do it until the day we die, and it's always the same. And do you have that, and are you ready?
I have something.
All right, let's go with it.
I lost it. I can't. I actually was going to do like a joke one too, and I actually forgot what I was going to do.
We're so bad at podcasts.
We suck.
All right, well, I think maybe we give it a little more time, a little more elbow grease. And
back to the drawing board. We're always trying to grow, evolve.
Right. So we will definitely work on that, and we will absolutely have a sign-off next time.
Next time.
Bye.
Bye.